number one myth about women's health and that you'd like to bust?
You're not young at 35. I'm so sorry to say you feel like
नहीं.
35 where you can achieve a lot in life. Of course you can, but physically, mentally, you're not young anymore. As women, we're so touchy and we are so sacred about our fertility. So
Yeah.
menopause, I feel as an Indian woman is like, oh, your fertility is shut down. You're no more fertile. You're, आपका तो कोई काम ही नहीं रह गया. I think the menopause taboo is more associated with you not being fertile anymore. And of course, if you're not fertile anymore, that means that you have aged. So up to budhe ho gaye. So this is a very common misconception my patients have who come in my fertility clinic that हमारा तो एक बच्चा है, हमें दूसरे में प्रॉब्लम क्यों हो रही है. चाहे आप फर्स्ट बच्चा प्लान कर रहे हो या थर्ड बच्चा प्लान कर रहे हो, एज शुड ऑलवेज बी देयर इन योर माइंड. पहले के ज़माने होते थे, पीपल यूज्ड टू बी गेटिंग प्रेग्नेंट एट 40, 45 also, and late marriages and all of those things. Those times have definitely changed. We do not know the air pollution, the air we are breathing, the food we are eating, everything is adulterated, and that is genuinely having an impact on our bodies in fertility wise or cancer wise or menopause wise, or all of these factors.
हेलो सैसी नारी. ये है लिटिल फिक्सेस पॉडकास्ट विद मी मैत्री, जहां हम बात करते हैं मेंटल हेल्थ, फ्रीडम, रिलेशनशिप्स और पर्सनल ग्रोथ के स्मॉल बट माइटी स्टेप्स की. बिकॉज बड़ा चेंज छोटी छोटी फिक्सेस से ही आता है. यू नो हाउ दे से एज इज जस्ट अ नंबर. Try telling that to your hormones after the age of 35. One day you're thriving, and the next your period ghosts you. कमर में दर्द हो रहा है and suddenly you are googling what's perimenopause. And maybe you still do not know कि पेरीमेनोपॉज जैसा कुछ होता भी है, क्योंकि ना तो कभी मम्मी ने बताया, ना ही कभी स्कूल में पढ़ाया गया है. इन टुडेज एपिसोड ऑफ लिटिल फिक्सेस वी आर डाइविंग इनटू द nitty-gritty of women's health after 35 with someone who knows exactly what's going on. I am talking to gynecologist and fertility expert Dr. Mahima Kak Nagpal, who's breaking down all the things your mom didn't tell you, your friends are too shy to discuss, and your Google search history is full of. From weird period changes to sex drive shifts, fertility to contraception, and health screenings to supplements, we are unpacking it all, judgment free and jargon free. So, whether you are 35 and fabulous, 40 and figuring it out, or just curious about what's coming next, this one's for you. Grab a chai or take us on a walk. We've got you. Please help us bring more such conversations to you. Subscribe to Little Fixes on YouTube. Follow Little Fixes podcast on your podcast app and share it with a friend you care about. Hi, Dr. Mahima. Welcome to Little Fixes.
Hi Maitri, thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure having you, doctor, and thank you so much for being on the podcast. I even asked on my Instagram if anyone has any questions beyond, like for health beyond 35 years of age, and I got a few questions. A lot of them were related to menopause, perimenopause, things like that. So, uh, there were some other questions also, and I saw this pattern that whether it's me or other women, we start noticing changes in our bodies. Some are like right in the face, some are very subtle. Slowly over the years, we notice them. What are some of the most common health concerns that women in this age group, like 35 plus women, come to you with?
Yeah, this is a very interesting question because surprisingly, and actually, it is a truth that most women think, and all of us think, that 35 is still young. And
Hmm.
facing some issues, menstrual issues, bodily issues, we usually tend to blame it on our stress levels, work stress, physical stress, emotional stress, and a lot of times so many things just go unnoticed.
Hmm.
But perimenopause is real. It can last for up to 10 years or even more in some women. And usually the changes, there are very subtle changes which a woman notices in her body. That can be, the cramps are, the menstrual cramps are becoming, more intense, or the period flow is becoming light. There is no period for a few months, or there is, the periods are coming, instead of 28 days, they are coming every 15 to 20 days. So this is the most important thing where, as a woman, you should think something is off with my body. But of course, the PMS cramping can increase. There can be increased palpitations, that they usually attribute to anxiety and stress again, so all these things just get mixed up. Other changes post 35 can be increased risk of osteoporosis if you're not strength training. Then there are increased risk of cardiovascular diseases, that is, you have to keep your heart health in check. And of course, mental issues, that is anxiety, stress, depression, all of these things are real, and should be taken care of at the right time. Sometimes, you would feel that, I'm having hot flushes, what is happening, is it hot, is it cold? And you might just feel it once and then not feel that symptom for another 2 to 3 months. But this is how it actually begins, and these are the things which should be kept in mind.
Okay, so see, someone sent me a question on these lines, and she said कि she turned 35 last year, और since 1 year she is noticing कि उसका period थोड़ा सा change हो रहा है, और जो duration है, like if it was 6 days, maybe it is 4 days now, वो भी change हो रहा है. तो ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? I thought maybe it is perimenopause, and you are saying कि वो subtle changes होते हैं, but हम उन्हें perimenopause पे attribute ही नहीं करते हैं. तो लेट्स डिस्कस पेरीमेनोपॉज अ लिटिल कि एग्जैक्टली भी नहीं कह सकते, मतलब क्या क्या हो सकता है और किन चीज़ों का ध्यान रखना चाहिए.
So perimenopause, shockingly, it actually starts as early as 35 years of age. People think that menopausal age is 50, and probably 1 2 years before that I will be facing some issues. And unfortunately, these issues can start as early as 35 years of age. It is the period, transition period before you actually attain menopause. Menopause is basically stoppage or cessation of your periods for at least a year. So when you do not get a period for a year, that is when we tell you that you have attained menopause. And perimenopause is the period before that. So what exactly happens in perimenopause is that you would, feel that the strength you had in your body, you're losing it. You would feel bodily wise, you would feel all over the place. You might start getting sleep disturbances, mental health issues, more this thing, towards anxiety. People would say, oh, you've become so irritable. What is happening to you? Of course, one vital aspect which we all expect is, stoppage of menses. But in some women, these periods, they become very successive, and they come every 15 20 days, or the period cycle where the period stops at 4 to 5 days, it can last as long as 15 to 20 days. This is because
Mhm.
the estrogen hormone in our body, which is a female hormone, starts to dip basically.
Mhm.
So when this starts dipping, it is this estrogen is very important for our brain function, for our heart function, for our bones, for our muscles. So when this starts dipping, all these organs have a shift, and all these bodily functions have a shift. So it is very important to recognize these symptoms. And hot flashes, anxiety, this is something which is very real, and should be really taken seriously, rather than brushing it under the carpet, that no, I'm still young. And because actually this is a fact, because
Yes.
nowadays there are so many late marriages which are happening. Girls are so ambitious, in a good way. They don't want to settle down, they don't want to slow down. So people are having their kids at around 35, and telling them that, oh, you're in perimenopausal stage, comes as a shock with how much ever empowered women we may be. But yes, this is the truth of life.
Yes. See, I had my daughter when I was 30. ओके, और अभी लाइक आई एम 38 नाउ, एंड मुझे जैसे अभी कुछ टाइम से मैंने नोटिस किया है कि नींद अच्छी नहीं आती है. तो आई थॉट कि बहुत स्ट्रेस है. जो मेरे एलर्जी वाले डॉक्टर थे, उन्होंने मुझसे बोला आप बहुत स्ट्रेस लग रहे हो, तो ही गेव मी सम आयुर्वेदिक मेडिसिन ऑल्सो फॉर माई स्लीप एंड एवरीथिंग. बट लेटर व्हेन आई टॉक टू अदर पीपल, आई रियलाइज्ड कि ये तो पेरीमेनोपॉज का भी सिम्टम हो सकता है. कई बार हम लोग पेरीमेनोपॉज को सिर्फ पीरियड रिलेटेड सिम्टम से कनेक्ट करते हैं, बट यू टोल्ड अस कि देयर आर अ लॉट ऑफ डिफरेंट थिंग्स एसोसिएटेड विद इट. तो
Can
फिर
you
डॉक्टर
imagine
मीमा. हाँ.
to 90%, the North
Hmm.
American Menopausal Society says that up to 90% of women don't even know that they are having perimenopausal symptoms. So
Yeah.
90% is a huge percentage and a huge number. And if the society is saying so, they have, run tests on a number of individual, thousands and thousands of females, and this is real for a lot of us.
तो क्या हमें 35 का होते ही डॉक्टर के पास चले जाना चाहिए कि मतलब पता है हमें पता ही नहीं है कि कुछ हो भी रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है, तो शैल वी जस्ट गो एंड गेट चेक्ड, और क्या करना
Actually, a lot of it depends upon your lifestyle. So
चाहिए?
when you touch 30, to have a good 40s and 50s, you have to start preparing from late 20s and early 30s. So ऐसा नहीं है कि 35 टर्न करते ही आपको डॉक्टर के पास जाना है, बट इफ यू आर अवेयर 30 पे
हुँ,
ही अगर आप अवेयर हो तो आप लाइफस्टाइल मॉडिफिकेशन, दैट इज ईटिंग क्लीन, अ हेल्दी बैलेंस डाइट, less sugars, less salt and less refined carbs करो, strength training करो, exercise करो या simple cardio करो 40 to 50 minutes at least 5 times a week. So doing these small subtle changes also goes a long way. Of course, if you're having major symptoms, mental health issues, or you're having palpitations, hot flashes, there's so many things which you would need to be done and should be taken seriously, and you should be seeing a doctor for that. But of course, if you're aware that there is a thing known as perimenopause and menopause, and I'm a woman, and estrogen declines, and all of those things, then definitely you should start early.
ओके। और डॉक्टर ये पेरीमेनोपॉज़ के सप्लीमेंट्स भी आने लगे हैं स्पेसिफिक कि इफ यू आर इन दैट एज स्टार्ट टेकिंग दीज़ सप्लीमेंट्स, व्हाट आर योर थॉट्स ऑन दैट?
So this is something which is very important because I think the supplement market is booming thanks to YouTube and Instagram and Google and all of these things. And people think that there is no need to go to an actual doctor. Google and Instagram influencers will only tell me all the brands to be used. But unfortunately, it is highly recommended to get a routine whole body examination done. So that includes your mineral deficiencies, vitamin deficiencies, hemoglobin levels. So usually आप किसी भी अच्छी lab में जाओगे, they have a whole body panel package that should be done once a year. I mean, ironically, I just in my OPD only right now, I had a 47-year-old woman, and she had not gotten a blood test done since 20, her son was 22 years old. She was like, the last time I got my blood test done was 22 years back when I was pregnant. So she had
वाह!
no idea about yearly blood tests and yearly whole abdomen ultrasounds, mammography, so many things, preventive things we need to be doing as women as we cross 35 and 40 years of age. So prevention is the key. अपने पहले पूरे ब्लड टेस्ट कराइए, उसमें जो जो डेफिशिएंसीज होंगी उसको सप्लीमेंट करेंगे तो आपको फास्टर एंड बेटर इफेक्ट मिलेगा. So because as I was explaining it to another patient today, that there's a multivitamin which is there in the market, it'll be like complete nutrition or some XYZ blah blah name. But if you're not deficient in vitamin A, why would you want to have that vitamin? Basically it is
हुँ,
that.
हुँ,
And very deficient in vitamin D and vitamin B, but the dosage in that capsule is only 20 international units or 200 international units, where you need 6,000 international units or 60,000 international units weekly. That will not suffice. तो आप बोलो मैं 3 महीने से मल्टीविटामिन खा रही हूँ, मुझे इफेक्ट ही नहीं आ रहा. So it is always essential to get your blood test done, and under doctor supervision you take the vitamins which are essential for you. So now we
हुँ,
doctors have become very pro menopause, perimenopause, alternate therapies, and all these lifestyle, regenerative medicine, what we are really promoting with these supplements. So we will give you lots of, there are so many options available and there are so many combinations available, but it is best to take it under doctor's guidance and not just by yourself.
हुँ। सी आई वाज़ अबाउट टू बाय अ मैग्नीशियम सप्लीमेंट बिकॉज़ मैग्नीशियम इज़ ऑल ओवर, और किसी ने बता भी दिया कि पेरीमेनोपॉज़ में मैग्नीशियम बेनिफिट करता है। फिर मैंने कहा नहीं, आई एम गोइंग टू टॉक टू द डॉक्टर, आई विल आस्क हर। तो मतलब कोई भी सप्लीमेंट एडवर्टाइज़ हो रहा है तो ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको उसको लेना है जब तक आपको पता नहीं है कि आपको उसकी ज़रूरत है, राइट?
Yes, definitely, definitely.
ओके। तो जैसे आपने बताया कि अच्छी डाइट लेना, वर्कआउट करना, डॉक्टर के पास जाना, ये सब हमारे पेरीमेनोपॉज़ को ईज़ी बना सकते हैं। और कोई स्पेसिफिक एज है जिस पे आपको मेनोपॉज़ होता है या फिर इट डिपेंड्स ऑन योर हेरिडिटी, कि जैसे बोलते हैं कि यूएस में, वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज़ में देर से होता है, इंडिया में जल्दी होता है। इज़ देयर एनीथिंग लाइक दैट?
So a lot of it depends upon one very best thing to know when likelihood of when you would attain menopause is when your mother attained menopause. So
हुँ,
you always have to ask your mom, when did you attain menopause? And that is, it is usually genetic.
हुँ, हुँ,
Sometimes you do attain an early menopause. That is, of course, if you've had a surgery of the uterus and the ovaries, then your periods will stop, your hormones will be all over the place. Sometimes, if there is a cancer patient getting chemotherapy, radiotherapy, then also their hormones do shut off. That is where the menopause happens prematurely. And if you have a very bad lifestyle, like, if you're on drugs, if you're smoking a lot, smoking really shuts down your ovaries and your hormones. So,
हुँ,
the things which, can predispose you to having that menopause earlier. But the best way to find out is when your mother got menopause. So, that is the
हुँ।
usual. Usual age in India is somewhere around 49 to 51 years of age when they're attaining menopause, and that is the Indian age bracket.
ओके। एंड व्हाई आर वी सो स्केयर्ड ऑफ इट कि सबकी लाइफ में आता है बट वी शेम ईच अदर या फिर वी हाइड कि अरे अभी तो जैसे आपने ही बोला कि हमें लगता है 35 पे हम बहुत यंग हैं, अभी कुछ नहीं होने वाला। तो ये जो शेम एसोसिएटेड आई थिंक इसकी वजह से भी लोग इसके बारे में बात नहीं करते हैं कि लोग बोलेंगे अरे अब तो आपका मेनोपॉज हो गया, अब आपकी एज हो गई है, लाइक इस तरीके के जोक्स हमारे यहाँ बहुत होते हैं ना।
Actually, as women, and I am primarily, practicing infertility. As women, we are so touchy and we are so sacred about our fertility. So menopause, I feel, as an Indian woman, is like, oh, your fertility is shut down. You're no more fertile. You're, आपका तो कोई काम ही नहीं रह गया, because olden age में तो it was girls का औरतों का कि just, बच्चे पैदा करते रहो. You are fertile, and the amount of kids you are giving, means you're so good and you're the best. So I think the menopause taboo is more associated with, you not being fertile anymore. And of course, if you're not fertile anymore, that means that you have aged. So up to buddhe ho gaye. So that is the direct correlation to having menopause. And I think whether it be menopause or menstruation or anything related to women's health, we are just not talking about it enough. Jitni bhi hum baat kar le wo kam hai, because there are so many women. I am based out of Delhi. It's a metropolitan city. I'm not even talking about the outskirts of Delhi. I'm in the middle of Delhi, and still I come across women daily, on a daily basis, who are so unaware of so many things, and they have not even heard about those things, and they're so
या
hesitant going to a gynecologist. The word gynecologist, वो physician के पास चले जाएंगे for the gynecological problems, but they will not come to a gynac. So yeah, there is a lot of mental blockage which is there regarding everything.
ओके, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट फर्टिलिटी अ लिटिल मोर। तो हमारे यहाँ मतलब जनरली प्रेशर होता है कि यू हैव टू बी प्रेग्नेंट एट अ सर्टन एज, 30 भी लेट माना जाता है। तो फर्स्ट थिंग तो आई वांट टू नो कि क्या एक्चुअली में करेक्ट एज है? अभी हम प्रोग्रेसिव होके बोल देते हैं अरे कभी भी बन सकते हैं, बट बोला जाता है ना एडवांस्ड मैटरनल एज, लोग कहते हैं अरे कुछ नहीं होता है। तो आई वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड फ्रॉम यू कि एकदम करेक्ट एज कुछ होता है ऐसा थ्रेशोल्ड? और दूसरी चीज़, क्या 35 के बाद अगर हम मदर बनते हैं तो उसमें क्या-क्या चीज़ें कंसिडर कर सकते हैं?
You would be shocked to know this, that according to me, as a fertility specialist, the ideal age to get pregnant should be somewhere around 26 to 27 years of age. So
वाह!
if I tell a 25, 26-year old girl कि oh, you have to start making babies, she will not turn up to me anymore. But actually, that is the age when a girl's fertility is as at its peak, and should be, they should be counseled. But yeah, to each its own. I would not bash a 30-year-old or a 35-year-old to be thinking for having a child, which is the norm nowadays. But
हुँ,
if
हुँ।
you, as a, if you want me to answer as a fertility expert, then it is 25 to 27 years of age. That is when you should be planning that child. And as far as the second question is concerned, that is 35 the age, but it's not that at 35 you're infertile and you have to touch perimenopause. Things don't shut down at 35, but 35 is the turning point of your life, basically. So, a lot of drastic changes can take place, and you would not even realize that all these things are happening to you. So that is when you have to, pre-plan and start planning at an earlier age for a better 35. So if at 30 you are, not planning on having children for the other next 5 6 years, and this is the plan. So go to a doctor, go to a gynecologist, get your fertility assessment done. If need be, get your eggs frozen. A woman is born with all her eggs, and as you age, those eggs go on declining, and once they are almost over, that is when you hit menopause.
Mhm.
So get your fertility checked. If you know you don't have a partner in mind, or you even if you have a partner, you're not looking to raise a child as yet, you're mentally, emotionally, financially not ready, then just go see a doctor and freeze your eggs, so that later on, when you can afford everything. But if you don't have your fertility is not with you, then the whole purpose is lost.
यस, तभी आजकल बहुत सारे लोग एग्स अपने फ्रीज़ कर रहे हैं और मैं आपसे पूछना भी चाहती थी कि क्या सच में इसकी ज़रूरत है? क्या हमारे जो एग्स होते हैं बॉडी में वो सच में ओल्ड होने लगते हैं 35 के बाद? एंड यू आर सेइंग कि येस दे स्टार्ट डिक्लाइनिंग।
Yes, yes, and more than anything, girls are very aware nowadays. Unfortunately, I have to be counseling their mothers and their parents, that egg freezing is a thing and it is the need of the hour. And force करके शादी करके just to tell your child कि बच्चा कर लो is not the norm anymore. It is egg freezing is should be your way to go forward, so that you are in the game, and you don't regret getting married later in life, or not having that backup. So I tell everyone it's like a life insurance which you get done, which you never want to use. So it is just a fertility backup. You just freeze your eggs, you get married, you try for a child. If you don't have a child for the next 6 months, you know that your eggs are frozen, so they can be used anytime.
ओके, तो बस अगर एग्स हमारे ठीक हैं, फ्रोज़न है या जैसे भी है, तो ये जो यूट्रस है और बॉडी के और जो फंक्शनिंग है वो सब ठीक होती है फॉर प्रेगनेंसी?
So basically, what we can do with modern medicine, we give medicines to the woman, even a menopausal woman. We can give her hormones, that is known as hormone replacement therapy, and her periods can start. So uterus इतनी जल्दी age नहीं होता जितनी ovaries हो जाती हैं. So uterus can still be revived, but ovaries, once the egg reserve which the girl is born with is very less or almost zero, that cannot be increased, unfortunately.
Mhm.
And once you cross or touch 35, there are a lot of genetic mutations which start happening in the body. So जब genetic mutations होना शुरू हो जाती हैं, so जो eggs already होते हैं उनमें भी mutations होना शुरू हो जाती हैं, और वो healthy pregnancy
हुँ।
नहीं देते. That is what they say, Down syndrome and all these mental disabilities, that if the mother's age is at the higher side, that is when these things arise, because हमारी body में once they cross 35, drastically changes होने लग जाते हैं, जिसके हम usually test भी नहीं कराते, because
हुँ, हुँ।
if you do not need it, and if your family is complete, then why would you want to get tested? But this is a fact of life which is happening in our bodies regularly.
ओके, ओके। तो कोई भी नंबर की प्रेगनेंसी हो, चाहे हमारी फर्स्ट प्रेगनेंसी 35 पे हो या मेबी वी हैड आवर फर्स्ट किड एट 26, नाउ एट 35 वी वांट टू हैव अनदर, तो तब भी मतलब बॉडी तो डिक्लाइन हो ही रही है। ऐसा नहीं है कि एक बार कर चुके हो तो आपकी बॉडी हेल्दी है, राइट?
So this is a very common misconception my patients have who come in my fertility clinic, that हमारा तो एक बच्चा है, हमें दूसरे में प्रॉब्लम क्यों हो रही है. So infertility is divided into two parts: uh, primary infertility and secondary infertility. Primary infertility का मतलब है कि आप कभी भी प्रेग्नेंट नहीं हो, दैट इज इट. सेकेंडरी होता है कि आप पहले आपका अबॉर्शन हुआ है, या आपका एक लिविंग बच्चा है, पर आप अब प्रेग्नेंट नहीं हो पा रहे हो. सो दीज टू थिंग्स आर वेरी डिफरेंट. एंड चाहे आप फर्स्ट बच्चा प्लान कर रहे हो या थर्ड बच्चा प्लान कर रहे हो, एज शुड ऑलवेज बी देयर इन योर माइंड. पहले के ज़माने होते थे, पीपल यूज्ड टू बी गेटिंग प्रेग्नेंट एट 40, 45 also, and इतनी late marriages and all of those things. Those times have definitely changed. You know, we do not know the air pollution, the air we are breathing, the food
Yes.
we are eating, everything is adulterated, and that is genuinely having an impact on our bodies in fertility wise or cancer wise or menopause wise, or all of these factors.
वाओ! या आई ऑल्सो थिंक अबाउट इट कि लोग कहते हैं कि पहले इतने बच्चे कर लिए, ऐसे रह लिए, बट अब हमारा एनवायरनमेंट ही चेंज हो गया है, तो और बॉडीज़ आर डिफरेंट, तो सब कुछ अलग तरीके से सोचना पड़ेगा, करना पड़ेगा। और डॉक्टर महिमा, एक चीज़ मैंने और देखी है, जो बहुत कॉमन मैंने कुछ कई सालों से देख रही हूँ, व्हेन आई वाज़ मेबी 20 इयर्स ओल्ड, कि जैसे किसी वुमन का पेरीमेनोपॉज़ हो रहा होता है, ब्लीडिंग बढ़ जाती है, तो डॉक्टर उनसे बोल देते थे यूट्रस हटवा दो। अभी भी मेरी एक फ्रेंड है, शी इज़ जस्ट 35, और उसका पीरियड बहुत इर्रेगुलर है, लाइक उसका कई सालों से ऐसा ही प्रॉब्लम है। तो डॉक्टर उससे बस एक ही सॉल्यूशन है, यूट्रस हटवा दो। इफ़ यू आर 45 प्लस तब तो हटवा ही दो। तो व्हाट आर योर थॉट्स ऑन दैट?
Not at all. We gynecologists, especially, we are all attached to Federation of Obs and Gynae Society of India. हमारा बहुत अच्छा campaign चल रहा है. It's been more than a year almost. That is known as Save the Uterus. So अब government ने ये guidelines बहुत strict कर ली हैं. अगर किसी औरत का less than 40 years of age में uterus निकलता है, that is known as a hysterectomy, the government bodies have to be notified about it, that why was that uterus removed. Uterus conservation is our topmost priority. First, we try multiple ways, oral medications. It may be there's a hysteroscopy, that is, an endoscope is introduced inside the uterus. देखते हैं कि फाइब्रॉइड पॉलिप वगैरह कुछ तो नहीं है, कुछ कैंसर की कोई दिक्कत तो नहीं है, कुछ ये सब नहीं है. एंड इफ एवरीथिंग फेल्स, ऑल द मेडिकल मैनेजमेंट, कभी कभी मायरेना भी लगाते हैं, दैट इज अ इंट्रायूटेराइन कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव डिवाइस होता है मायरेना करके, जिस जो हमें ब्लीडिंग कंट्रोल करने में बहुत मदद करता है डॉक्टर्स को. सो दैट ऑल्सो सेव्स अ लॉट ऑफ यूट्रस. सो जब 5-6 महीना हम थक चुके हैं, एग्जॉस्ट हो चुके हैं सारे ट्रीटमेंट से, तब और आपकी ब्लीडिंग तभी भी नहीं रुक रही है, लाइफ थ्रेटनिंग हो रहा है, हीमोग्लोबिन बहुत फॉल हो रहा है, दैट इज द टाइम व्हेन वी एक्चुअली टेक अ कॉल टू रिमूव द यूट्रस. रिमूविंग द यूट्रस लाइक ओल्डन टाइम्स की चलो आए निकालो और जाओ, दैट इज नॉट द नॉर्म एनी.
ओके, आई एम सो हैप्पी टू हियर दैट। बट बोल देते हैं ना कि अब आपको यूट्रस की ज़रूरत नहीं है, यू ऑलरेडी हैव किड्स, तो अगर हटवा भी दिया तो लॉस क्या है? तो डॉक्टर प्लीज टेल अस लॉस क्या है?
वो बहुत सारे लॉसेस हैं. सो यूट्रस एंड ovaries basically are responsible for the estrogen hormone. अब ब्रेन से शुरू करते हैं. Estrogen hormone is responsible to produce the happy hormone of the body, that is the serotonin. So जब estrogen कम होता है, serotonin कम होता है, हैप्पीनेस कम हो जाती है, डिप्रेशन, एंजाइटी, मूड स्विंग्स, दे आर ओवर द टॉप. सो दैट इज अ मेंटल हेल्थ इशू. Having mental health issues is real. People are now, I'm so glad, openly talking about mental health issues, because that was also a shame and a taboo in the initial years. So that is the issue. Then और नीचे आते हैं, that is your heart. Estrogen has a very good cardioprotective role, कहते हैं जिसको, कि जो आपका heart health को सही रखता है. That includes your palpitations, your mood, hot flashes which comes, your heart diseases that happens, that is cholesterol levels raise होना शुरू हो जाते हैं, ट्राइग्लिसराइड की मेडिसिन लग जाती है, ब्लड प्रेशर प्रॉब्लम्स आपको जल्दी होने लग जाते हैं. देन लेट्स कम टू योर बोन्स. बोन्स में मिनरल डेफिशिएंसी हो जाती है, कैल्शियम डेफिशिएंसी हो जाती है, जिसको ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस कहते हैं. सो ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस से आपकी मसल्स, बोन्स, ये सब वीक होना शुरू हो जाती है, आप में वो स्ट्रेंथ नहीं रह जाती, फ्रैक्चर्स का प्रीडिस्पोजिशन आपको ज्यादा है. So there are, and muscle mass you lose, or you are losing all the good hormones. You have hair loss, and the estrogen decreases, so testosterone body में increase होता है, pigmentation, dermatological manifestations होती हैं, सारा perimenopause and menopause में. So I think the uterus and ovaries are a very important part of you being a woman and should definitely, consider preserving your uterus and ovaries जितना भी आप कर सकते हैं. But of course, yet again, I will tell you as a doctor that if it is life threatening, it's an individualized choice. So if you're going on bleeding, किसी भी मीन से स्टॉप नहीं हो रही है, आपका हीमोग्लोबिन कम हो रहा है, हार्ट पे प्रेशर आ रहा है, so then this is the time, when we have to take a call to remove the uterus. But otherwise it is always save the uterus.
ओके। तो आपने बहुत सारी चीज़ें बताई, अगर यूट्रस हटवा देते हैं तो ये सब चीज़ें बढ़ सकती हैं, जल्दी हो सकती हैं, पर यही सिम्टम्स पेरीमेनोपॉज़ के भी हैं क्योंकि एस्ट्रोजन कम हो रहा है। तो ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस की अगर बात करें, तो उसके लिए क्या कैल्शियम सप्लीमेंट इज़ द थिंग? और मतलब कॉमनली यही बोला जाता है, इफ यू आर दिस एज ओमेगा 3 खा लो, कैल्शियम खा लो, मैग्नीशियम खा लो, हो गया। बट क्योंकि आपने पहले ही बता दिया है कि सप्लीमेंट्स आर नॉट एवरीथिंग, तो और क्या-क्या कर सकते हैं अपनी बोन्स को स्ट्रॉन्ग और हेल्दी रखने के लिए?
Definitely. As I said earlier, also, if you want healthy 40s and 50s, you have to start from your 30s. So, balanced diet खाइए, high protein diet खाइए. You should have a good lean meats आपके included होने चाहिए, eggs होने चाहिए. If you're a vegetarian, then you can opt for a vegetarian protein supplement also, a good clean brand. Look for that. Otherwise, you have to do your strength training and your cardio. So that is something which is very essential. जितना आप पहले से ही स्ट्रेंथ ट्रेनिंग करते रहेंगे, मसल बिल्डअप करेंगे, उतना ही आपकी बोन्स पे इफेक्ट नहीं आएगा, आपकी बोन्स भी स्ट्रांग रहेंगी. So, of course, supplements help, and supplements are very important under doctor guidance. But just thinking, you're not moving your body enough and you're not eating right, and just popping in that supplement will not help you. Menopause, because we have to perimenopause, because we have to treat you holistically as a whole person rather than just treating a particular symptom.
हुँ, हुँ।
That is it.
ओके, ओके। और हार्ट हेल्थ की अगर बात करें, तो उसके लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं?
हार्ट हेल्थ के लिए आप पहले ही हैव अ क्लीन लाइफस्टाइल. घी तेल वाला खाना बंद कर दीजिए. रिफाइंड ऑयल्स को बिल्कुल बंद कर दीजिए. अपना सबसे बड़ी बात है, वंस यू क्रॉस 30 यू शुड बी गेटिंग ईयरली ब्लड टेस्ट, एंड दैट इंक्लूड्स योर लिपिड प्रोफाइल, कोलेस्ट्रॉल प्रोफाइल इज वेल. अगर वो डिरेंज्ड है, पहले लाइफस्टाइल मॉडिफिकेशन से उसको ठीक करने की कोशिश करिए. बट अगर क्रॉनिकली वो डिरेंज्ड है, जस्ट थिंकिंग कि चलो अब अगले साल मैं ट्राई करूंगी करूंगी, उससे क्या होता है, आपकी आर्टरीज क्लॉग होना शुरू हो जाती है. इफ
हुँ,
यूर
हुँ।
थिंग if your cholesterol levels are raised, then the arteries go on starting getting to clog. So या तो लाइफस्टाइल से 6 महीने में उसको ठीक लाओ, या तो आप मेडिकेशन शुरू करो एंड साइमल्टेनियसली लाइफस्टाइल मॉडिफिकेशन करो, ताकि आपको लाइफ लॉन्ग इन मेडिसिन पे ना रहना पाए.
हुँ, हुँ।
Once a year, you should be getting an ECG done, a 2D echo of your heart done, to know कि कोई blockages या कोई irregular waves तो नहीं आ रही हैं, so that your heart health is optimal. And these are the small things, because estrogen is declining. But still, in a lot of cases, if we feel that because of perimenopause or menopause things are going out of hand, then giving hormone replacement therapy is also a good option to those females.
हुँ, हुँ, ओके। आपने बोला कि लाइफ़स्टाइल से कोलेस्ट्रॉल को कंट्रोल में लाओ। तो वो क्या लाइफ़स्टाइल चेंजेज़ हैं जिससे अगर कोलेस्ट्रॉल थोड़ा-सा बॉर्डर लाइन है तो उसको हम कंट्रोल में ला सकते हैं?
Definitely having a fiber rich diet, lots of green vegetables, boiled vegetables, raw vegetables, and starting your day with metabolism boosting things, like warm water and lemon and turmeric water and all of these things, which people are doing regularly. Doing 40 to 50 minutes of cardio daily, ताकि जो आप फैट खाते हैं वो burn out हो. Using organic produce, like आपकी vegetables कहाँ से आ रही हैं आपको पता होना चाहिए. आपकी आजकल तो दालों में भी इतनी मिलावट आ रही है, सो दालें कहाँ से आ रही हैं, राइस कहाँ से आ रहा है, everything. No refined oils should be taken. Good lifestyle matlab no smoking, no alcohol, which I will go on and on emphasizing, because nowadays हमारे youngsters and every सबका lifestyle बहुत ज़्यादा influenced है with all of these extra substances. So these also contribute to you having high cholesterols and bad sleep on time, sleeping schedule, sleep hygiene is very important. So you should be sleeping 7 to 8 hours daily, so and at a fixed time. So if you're not sleeping, if you're having sleeping issues, then it definitely, sleep is the first indicator to tell you there is something not right in the body and you need some lifestyle changes to be fixing that issue.
हम्म। ओके, तो स्लीप पे आई एम सीइंग अ लॉट ऑफ एम्फेसिस आपकी तरफ से भी, और मुझे, मैंने किसी और से भी अभी थोड़े दिन पहले पॉडकास्ट पे ही बात करी थी, शी वाज न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट, शी वाज आल्सो टॉकिंग अ लॉट अबाउट स्लीप। तो आई थिंक स्लीप इंपॉर्टेंट है, जिसको हम कई बार इग्नोर कर देते हैं कि हमें लगता है कि अरे 12 बजे सो जाएंगे, 6 बजे उठ जाएंगे और अच्छी नींद भी नहीं आ रही है, ऐसा भी नहीं कि स्लीप क्वालिटी भी बहुत अच्छी हो। तो उन सब चीज़ों पे फोकस करना आई थिंक
स्लीप
बहुत
पे
ज़रूरी है।
हमारा फोकस इतना इसलिए रहता है बिकॉज अ स्लीप स्केड्यूल ऑफ 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock इन द मॉर्निंग, जहाँ पे हमारे बचपन से हमें भी सोने के लिए बोला जाता था कि 9 बजे तक, 8 बजे तक आप सो जाइए। इसलिए हम बच्चों को भी उतने बजे सुलाने का कोशिश करते हैं कि बिफोर दैट टाइम यू शुड बी गोइंग ऑफ टू स्लीप, बिकॉज दैट इज व्हेन द ग्रोथ हार्मोन इन द ब्रेन इज प्रोड्यूस्ड। सो जब आपका ग्रोथ हार्मोन उस टाइम पे प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है और आप सो नहीं रहे हो, तो आपका ग्रोथ हार्मोन प्रोड्यूस होना बंद हो जाएगा फर्स्टली। ग्रोथ हार्मोन इंक्लूड्स प्रोलैक्टिन एंड ऑल ऑफ योर गुड हैप्पी हार्मोन्स। जब वो प्रॉपरली प्रोड्यूस नहीं होंगे तो आपका पूरा स्केड्यूल विल गो ऑफ। जब वो प्रोड्यूस ठीक से नहीं होंगे तो आपका मेटाबॉलिज्म विल गो स्लो, योर organs will start getting affected. Sleep is something which is, it is not a pill which we can take. It is a mental training which we have to do ourselves. And I personally, I don't have a good sleeping schedule, but I tell all my patients to have a good sleeping schedule because, and I'm laughing also saying this because it is a difficult thing to do. How much
Yeah.
ever easy it may sound, it is a difficult thing to do, but it is a very effective thing. If done, it can give you drastic results.
ओके। और हमारी मेंटल हेल्थ की अगर बात करें, एट अ सर्टेन एज आई थिंक मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज लाइक एंजाइटी बढ़ने लगती है, मूड स्विंग्स होने लगते हैं, और कई बार कुछ नहीं तो वो मैं वाली फीलिंग आने लगती है, ऑफ फील हो रहा है, अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है। तो ये कितना हार्मोनल है और कितना स्ट्रेस रिलेटेड है?
If you are feeling that your age is on the higher side, if you're feeling off, if you're feeling I'm PMSing too much, if I am having too many cramps, mentally आपको off लग रहा है, किसी से बात करने का मन नहीं कर रहा है, of course, mental health issues are real thing. You should definitely consider therapy and if need be medications as well. Very strong advocate of that. But if you know that you are at that age, fertility declining, then you should be considering, getting in touch with a gynecologist or an endocrinologist subsequently as well, who can probably put you on those hormones. According to the World Health Organization, shockingly, women are twice more likely to suffer from mental health issues than men. And then this statistic goes even higher once they cross 35 years of age. So, this is something which is very significant and very less talked about. And we should definitely consider it and not think that, oh, there is something just off in my head. Let me just go off to sleep, or let me just try to do journaling one day and I'll be fine tomorrow. This is something which should be taken seriously and it should be dealt with at the right time, whether it be mental health therapy or a psychologist or a psychiatrist or a gynecologist. So everything, everybody, as a teamwork approach, it should be dealt with.
और डॉक्टर, हमने फर्टिलिटी की बात की, उसके बाद एक क्वेश्चन और मेरे पास ये है कि मान लीजिए आई एम डन हैविंग किड्स, आई एम इन दैट दिस एज लाइक 38-40, तो क्या इस वक्त हमारे लिए कोई बेटर कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव ऑप्शन है? लाइक जो जो भी ऑप्शंस अवेलेबल है, डू यू थिंक वन ऑफ देम इज बेटर एट दिस एज?
So when you're in your early 20s, 30s, and all of those age, you can use combined contraceptive birth control pills which are there in the market, condoms which are there. But once your your family planning is complete, you have your kids and everything, I would feel the ideal thing is that you have one or two kids, how many ever kids you want, just get your tubes clipped. That is the fallopian tubes which are there. That is the most non-hormonal way to deal with fertility mishaps, and have a good contraception, you can tell your partner to get a vasectomy done as well. It is like a 15-second procedure technically, so it doesn't even they don't even come to know, and then the tubes, their vas gets detached. Other options are intrauterine devices, which these intrauterine devices might contain copper or hormones. That also depends upon your age and your fertility goals, what you want in life. And if you are in perimenopausal stage, you can opt for progesterone only pills as well. They are much better use for the than there are two kinds of pills. One
Mhm.
is estrogen plus progesterone, and one is only progesterone. So in perimenopausal age, the progesterone only pill is more beneficial than the estrogen plus progesterone.
Okay, okay, understood. Now, doctor, I have seen a lot of hesitance in men when it comes to vasectomy, and they ask their wives to get tubectomy done कि तुम करवा लो, मुझे नहीं करवाना है. Like उनको लगता है कि उनकी सेक्स लाइफ पे फर्क पड़ेगा. It will not be maybe as good for them. तो ये जो मिथ है या सच है और
Definitely,
कैसे?
it's a Definitely, it's a myth. There's so many men in the West, America, Europe, so many men. You even if you Google, and you see on all these social media platforms, so many people are putting it online that, oh, I just went in and came out and I didn't even feel a thing, and all of those things. And a lot of men post 5 years, 10 years are also advocating this.
Mhm,
I I would definitely tell the women to, because a lot of time, these women do have, perimenopausal symptoms. They're mentally not fine, physically not up for it. So the man doing it should be our norm, and we should, as
mhm,
wives also, we should be telling them to at least, let's just go to a doctor, let's talk about it. You don't want to
mhm.
get it, that's fine. So we as women should also be more accepting than,
Yeah.
keeping them protected and shoving it under the carpet, and then having accidental pregnancies and getting abortions done.
हुँ। हाँ, क्योंकि कई बार मुझे ये भी लगता है कि मिथ इसलिए बना दी है बिकॉज़ ये जो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है प्रेगनेंसी से बचने की, ये सारी वुमेन के ऊपर डाल दी गई है कि तुम ही पिल ले लो, तुम ही ट्यूबैक्टमी करा लो, मुझे कुछ नहीं करना है क्योंकि मुझे प्रेग्नेंट होना नहीं है।
Exactly.
तो और एक चीज़ फिर डॉक्टर इसी से रिलेटेड है कि सेक्सुअल हेल्थ जो है उसमें भी चेंजेस आते हैं लाइक आई हैव रेड थिंग्स एंड आई हैव स्पोकन टू पीपल हु टेल मी कि नहीं अब जो लिबिडो है वो कम है या फिर सेक्स के टाइम पे पेन होता है या डिस्कम्फर्ट रहता है तो इज दिस ऑल्सो रिलेटेड टू लाइक पेरीमेनोपॉज?
Yeah, definitely. So that is one thing, that estrogen of the body, starts declining. Estrogen is responsible for vaginal lubrication as well. So once the lubrication becomes less, that leads to vaginal dryness. Once the vaginal dryness is there, it can, there can be frequent cuts and bruises, or more predisposition to vaginal infections also, which might be just very minor. इतना नहीं कि आप करने के लिए डॉक्टर के पास जाएं, बट इतना कि वो ल्यूब्रिकेशन कम ही रहे, और वो जब ल्यूब्रिकेशन कम रहेगी तो सेक्सुअल डिजायर्स एंड लिबिडो भी कम हो जाता है उससे. So this is a real thing, and as a gynecologist, I would want to tell everyone that there are lots of treatments which are available with us to treat that also. They're very low dose hormonal pills which are there in the market, which can really help you out and help you with your sexual life as well. So definitely you should seek out help, and not talk about it basically.
Okay. Now I received an unrelated question, but I'd like to ask it here कि ये जो vaginal wash होता है ये required होता है या सिर्फ water से we can clean our vulva and we're done?
Not at all. I never recommend vaginal wash to my patients. Basically, the vulva can be cleaned with soap and water. The vagina is a self cleansing organ which does not need any cleaning. The natural, lubrication and discharge coming from the uterus and from the mucosa of the vagina, it cleanses itself and it comes out as a normal discharge. So there should be nothing which should be inserted in the vagina. Vulva can definitely be cleaned with plain water, or a combination of water and regular soap which we are using on your body.
ओके मतलब इट कैन बी एनी सोप और सम स्पेसिफिक आजकल बहुत सारे ये वॉशेस वॉशेस
Or
आर
any
अवेलेबल.
you don't have to put anything in the vagina. Vagina is the
हाँ हाँ,
inner part. बाहर का
वजाइना
आप
नहीं
बस एक
मतलब
regular,
हाँ, या
you can, it's a big market of the vaginal washes and all of those things, which I do not recommend to my patients ever.
या आई थिंक एक और चीज़ है ना कि वजाइना और वल्वा को लोग इंटरचेंजेबली यूज़ करते हैं, तो एक वो भी कन्फ्यूजन हो जाता है कि एक्चुअली है व्हाट प्रोडक्ट आर वी यूजिंग एंड फॉर व्हाट वी आर यूजिंग इट। तो आई थिंक जो क्वेश्चन था वो वल्वा के लिए ही था, शी वांटेड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि सोप या इसकी ज़रूरत है, समथिंग लाइक वी वॉश और लैक्टोसिड समथिंग लाइक दैट, और इज वाटर इनफ?
I get a lot of patients who have active vaginal infections and they have tried to insert Savlon, Dettol, I don't know what not down there. So it might not be that question. She might be actually saying that only.
हाँ
So
हाँ,
yeah, a lot of
ओके,
confusion in the market.
ओह! ओके, ओके, गॉट इट। थैंक्स फॉर क्लैरिफाइंग दैट डॉक्टर। और ओके, आपने हमें बहुत सारे चेकअप्स, स्क्रीनिंग्स बताए अपनी जब 35 के बाद ये सब करवाने चाहिए। तो आर देयर एनी अदर्स व्हिच यू वुड लाइक टू रिकमेंड?
Definitely, a woman once she crosses 23 years of age, a pap smear is recommended every 3 years.
हुँ,
Once she crosses 30 years of age, a pap smear plus HPV DNA is recommended every 5 years. So if you get an HPV testing done with it, you don't need to get it done every 5 years. Uh, this should be the norm. If you're not getting HPV testing done, then you get a pap smear, plain pap smear every 3 years. Apart from that, once you cross 40 years of age, a yearly mammography is very essential for your breast health. Then, a yearly 2D echo ECG is very essential for your heart health. A yearly bone BMD, that is to prevent osteoporosis, measuring the bone density, is very essential. A whole abdomen ultrasound yearly is very essential to see, any growth happening in the body, any renal stone, any gallbladder stone, any, cysts or anything anywhere in the body which might need further testing and prevent, life threatening diseases from happening. Apart from that, you should be screened for diabetes as well. Diabetes का predisposition बढ़ जाता है once your age is advancing, and of course your thyroid health should also be in check because thyroid health is also directly related to your heart health and your hormonal imbalances. So these are the basic things which a woman post 35 years should be getting done.
ओके। तो आई हैव स्टार्टेड गेटिंग ईयरली चेकअप्स डन ओनली सिंस लास्ट 2 इयर्स, एंड आई थिंक जब टेस्ट रिजल्ट्स आते हैं उस टाइम आई एम लाइक क्या आएगा, फिर सब ठीक आता है तो अच्छा लगता है। इस बार आई नोटिस कि कोलेस्ट्रॉल थोड़ा-सा बॉर्डर लाइन के पास पहुँच रहा है। देन यू सेड कि कोलेस्ट्रॉल बढ़ सकता है इस एज में आने के बाद, राइट? तो नाउ आई हैव टू बी मोर केयरफुल। नाउ आई एम स्केयर्ड ऑफ गोइंग टू माय नेक्स्ट स्क्रीनिंग।
No, no, not at all. You should definitely, if you feel something is off, then work on it for 3 months. Just get that blood test done again,
हुँ,
so that you may know, how soon would you need a medication. It is not
हुँ,
always that you need to be on a medication, but if and अगर आपका lifestyle से सब ठीक हो गया है, then why
या
to be in that fear कि I might be having a disease and there is something wrong with my body. जब ठीक हो गया तो ठीक हो गया.
यस, 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 ओके। तो डॉक्टर बहुत सारी चीज़ें डिस्कस की, और आप इतने सारे पेशेंट से मिलते रहते हो, तो यू मस्ट बी अवेयर कि देयर इज़ सो मच मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन अबाउट वुमेन्स हेल्थ नाउ, इवन दो पीपल आर टॉकिंग अबाउट इट ओपनली। तो बिफोर आई लेट यू गो, कैन यू टेल अस अ फ्यू मिथ्स और मे बी योर नंबर वन मिथ अबाउट वुमेन्स हेल्थ एंड दैट यू वुड लाइक टू बस्ट?
The number one myth I would like to bust is that, you're not young at 35. I'm so sorry to say you feel like
नहीं।
35 where you can achieve a lot in life. Of course, you can, but physically, mentally, you're not young anymore. 35 is the turning point of your life. I'm not saying that you'll become infertile, not at all, but it is definitely the turning point of your life where you will experience a lot of bodily changes, and you should be prepared for it at 30. That 35 is your timeline where things can change a lot and things might not for good. But thinking mentally, oh, I'm just 35 and there are nowadays there are 35-year-old women who look 25 probably, and there are 45-year-old women also who look 25. But unfortunately, there is a timeline known as fertility, estrogen, and all these hormones which make us a woman, which start declining, and you might need help regarding that aspect of your life.
ओके। आई थिंक इसको बस करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट था, बिकॉज जब कोई कह देता है वो यू डू नॉट लुक योर एज, तो अभी तो इसके अगेंस्ट भी हो गया कि भाई ठीक है, वाई मतलब वाई इज इट अ कॉम्प्लीमेंट, बट कहीं ना कहीं वी फील गुड व्हेन समवन सेज, बट आई थिंक हमारी बॉडी इज डेफिनेटली एजिंग। Okay, yes, yes. So thank you so much, Dr. Mahima, for this conversation and busting a lot of myths, providing us a lot of information. And in the end, please tell us how can people connect with you?
Oh yes, definitely. I am based out of Delhi, and my phone number is 8700810088. My team is always there on WhatsApp to assist you. I do online consultations all across the world. I have an Instagram handle by the name of Dr. Mahima Fertility. That is Dr. Mahima, Mahima dot fertility, and all the appointment links are available on that link as well, and you can get in touch for an online or an offline appointment from me.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Dr. Mahima, again for being on the podcast, for educating us, and for giving us your time.
I had a wonderful time, Maitri. Thank you so much for reaching out to me, and thank you so much for having me.